Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, the home of hard-hitting political analysis and unfiltered commentary on everything shaping South Africa's future. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that button, drop a like, and leave your thoughts in the comments because today's story is nothing short of explosive. In what could be one of the most dramatic political shifts of the year, the Democratic Alliance, South Africa's official opposition party, has officially announced its withdrawal from the Government of National Unity. That's right, the GNU, hailed just months ago as a hopeful collaboration between parties across the spectrum, is now showing serious cracks. And at the center of this rupture, a fierce dispute over a proposed increase in value-added tax, or VAT. So, what happened? And what does this mean for the future of our country? Let's rewind for a moment. After the last national elections, no single party secured a majority strong enough to govern alone. The ANC, once a dominant political force, found itself in uncharted territory. For the first time in South Africa's democratic history, the party had to form a coalition to maintain power. And so, the Government of National Unity was born, an ambitious alliance of political opposites, including the ANC, the DA, the IFP, and others. The idea was simple: set aside partisan politics and come together for the sake of national stability and progress. But let's be honest, alliances based on necessity rather than shared values rarely end well. The DA has now made it clear that the honeymoon is over. After weeks of tense negotiations and bitter disagreements over economic policy, the party has walked away from the GNU. According to DA insiders, the breaking point was the ANC's insistence on pushing forward with a VAT increase, a move the DA says will disproportionately punish the poor and working class. Now, let's talk about VAT for a second. Currently sitting at 15%, VAT is already one of the most controversial taxes in South Africa. It affects every consumer, whether you're buying bread, toiletries, or school supplies. Increasing VAT, even by 1 or 2%, can have a devastating ripple effect, driving up the cost of living for millions who are already living on the edge. The DA's leadership has been vocal, saying, "We cannot, in good conscience, support a government that is determined to squeeze more money out of struggling citizens." They've argued that instead of taxing the public more, the government should focus on cutting corruption, slashing wasteful expenditure, and reforming state-owned enterprises. This move by the DA has triggered mixed reactions across the political landscape. Some political analysts are calling it a bold stand, a principled refusal to be complicit in what they see as economic injustice. Others believe it's a calculated election strategy. With 2024 elections drawing closer, the DA may be trying to position itself as the true voice of the people, distancing itself from unpopular policies that could hurt them at the polls. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time the DA has clashed with its coalition partners. Tensions between the DA and ANC have been simmering from the very start. Disagreements over crime policy, economic transformation, and now taxation have laid bare the fragile foundations of the GNU. Enter the economic freedom fighters. The EFF, always ready to capitalize on political instability, wasted no time. Shortly after the DA's announcement, the party called an urgent press conference. EFF leader Julius Malema reportedly tore into the DA, accusing them of sabotage and betrayal. According to EFF sources, the DA's exit proves what the Red Berets have been saying all along, that the GNU was never a true unity project, but rather a convenient power-sharing deal doomed to fail. Malema is expected to use this opportunity to present the EFF as the only consistent voice for the poor. And you can bet he'll use the VAT debate to score political points, reminding the nation that the EFF has always opposed regressive taxation and called for wealth taxes on the elite instead. And where does this leave the ANC? The ruling party is now under immense pressure. President Cyril Ramaphosa, who staked much of his credibility on the GNU, is reportedly scrambling to keep the remaining partners on board. With the DA gone, the balance of power shifts, and the ANC might need to court smaller parties or even revisit its relationship with the EFF to avoid complete collapse. Behind the scenes, we're hearing whispers of emergency meetings, frantic phone calls, and a desperate attempt to spin the DA's withdrawal as a minor setback. But no one's buying that. The optics are clear, the GNU is bleeding, and South Africans are watching. Let's not forget the real victims in this drama, the citizens. At the end of the day, this isn't just a political squabble. It's about millions of South Africans struggling to survive in an economy that's barely treading water. It's about parents choosing between food and school fees. It's about pensioners watching their life savings erode. And it's about young people with degrees but no jobs. When politicians fight, it's the people who pay the price. So where do we go from here? There are several possible scenarios. The ANC could try to form new alliances, perhaps with smaller parties like COPE, Good, or the Patriotic Alliance. They could even attempt to rebuild ties with the EFF, though that would be a politically risky move. Another option would be to push ahead as a minority government, but that would make passing any legislation, including the VAT hike, nearly impossible. And then there's the wild card, early elections. If the coalition collapses completely, South Africa could be heading back to the polls sooner than expected. One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. The fallout from the DA's withdrawal will be felt in Parliament, in party caucuses, and most importantly, in the lives of ordinary citizens. So, what do you think? Did the DA make the right call by walking away? Is this the beginning of the end for the GNU? And how should the ANC respond to this crisis? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you found it informative, and hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into South Africa's most pressing political developments. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay sharp, stay informed, and stay politically aware. See you next time.